digging into like a policy document or anything. Instead, we've got this fascinating source material. It's the entire product catalog from an online store called Nardhousetv. All 31 items.
Right, quite the collection.
Exactly. So our mission today is to take this list, apparel, mugs, posters, the lot, and really dissect it. We want to figure out what's this store's identity? Who are they even trying to sell to? And what's the strategy behind this? Well, it looks kind of random at first glance.
It does seem random, yeah. But what jumps out straight away, and it's right there in the source, is that the store is powered by Printify. And honestly, that changes everything. That's the lens we need to view this whole catalog through.
Okay, Printify. So print on demand. That context is key then.
Absolutely crucial. It means they're not holding stock. They're not buying huge batches of T-shirts up front. This low-risk model is what allows for the sheer diversity we're seeing.
Right, because they can list a design for almost anything without worrying if it'll sell immediately.
Yeah.
And the store structure reflects that too, doesn't it?
Right.
The categories are just basic. Women, men, accessories, home and living, kids, super broad.
Exactly. It's not about building a cohesive Nardhousetv look. It's about function. Let's spend a second on that foundation, this Printify connection. It means minimal financial outlay per item. They only make it when someone buys it. Fulfillment's handled. This basically unlocks what I like to call a surface area retail strategy.
Surface area retail. Okay, I like that. So maximizing the number of potential contact points online. Like hitting as many search terms as possible.
You nailed it. Instead of digging deep into one niche, they spread wide. Each product becomes almost like its own mini storefront, optimized for specific keywords. They don't need a unified shopping experience so much as they need to show up when someone searches for, say, a vintage horse racing T-shirt.
Gotcha. And the site features, like sorting by price or newest arrivals, just support that quick discovery, right? Find what you search for, buy it, maybe leave.
Precisely. The categories men, women, etc., they're just signposts for the type of physical object. The actual theme of the object could be anything.
Okay, this makes more sense now. Let's get into the products themselves, starting with apparel. That's the biggest section. And the pricing. You mentioned pricing clusters. That really highlights the Printify model, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You can almost see the production costs reflected in the prices. There's a big group of T-shirts right around the $18.27 mark. Things like the Majestic Lion tee, the basic Nardhousetv logo one, Cosmic Hero.
$18.27. That's oddly specific. Why that price?
Oh, it's almost certainly deliberate. In the print-on-demand world, that number probably represents the base cost for a standard, maybe lighter weight cotton tee, plus the printing, the fulfillment, and then their desired base margin. They've likely calculated that's the minimum they can charge for their most basic offering while still making something. It's about volume potential at that price.
So it's less about the design value and more about the physical product cost at that level.
Exactly. The design is just the digital file swapped out. The core product is standardized. And we see that reinforced when we look at the next price cluster, which seems to be around $21.99.
Right. That's where we find the Epic Battle Amic Gamer tee, the Urban Streetwear tee, the Vintage Truck tee. What's the extra, $3 buying you there?
Good question. It probably signifies a step up in the blank product itself. Maybe it's a heavier cotton or a ring-spun material, which feels softer, or maybe the print is more complex, larger, more colors, requires a different technique, but it's still within that standardized framework. The most expensive clothing item, that vintage car hoodie at nearly $40, $39.31, that just reflects the higher starting cost of a hoodie blank compared to a tee.
Okay, so the pricing is all about the production tiers. Now, let's talk themes. This is where it gets wild. They seem to be targeting tiny, unrelated groups.
Yeah, we can definitely pull out distinct niches from the apparel alone. First up, there's a clear nod to sci-fi, gaming, and anime culture.
Yep, saw those. The Galactic Warriors tee at the lower $18.27 price, then Epic Battle and Epic Heroes both at $21.99, covering different price sensitivities within that same geek culture space.
Exactly. Then, niche number 2 seems to be, let's call it urban, music, and vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we jump from space to the Urban Streetwear tee, the NYC Unbreakable graphic tee. Completely different feel.
And even within that vibe, it fragments further. You've got the Rasta theme, which is fairly common, represented by both a tee, $18.27, and a pricier embroidered snapback cap, $35.
$35 for the cap. Embroidery bumps the price up, I guess.
It does. Embroidery is more complex than printing. But then look at this other cap, the stylish embroidered flat bill cap for $29.60. The description specifically mentions UK grime.
UK grime, wow. That is niche.
That's the ultimate example of this surface area strategy, isn't it? They're betting someone, somewhere, is typing UK grime cap into Google and boom, there they are. A traditional shop would never stock that. The risk is zero here.
It's kind of jarring, though. Imagine buying that grime cap, then browsing related items and seeing, I don't know, a brother-in-law unisex see about fishing.
Huh. Yeah, the user experience isn't cohesive, but maybe it doesn't need to be for their model. It's not built for browsing. It's built for the targeted search. Which brings us to that third apparel niche, hobbyists and unique gifts.
Totally. The gift market seems huge for them. The vintage truck tee, speed racer graphic t-shirt, the vintage horse racing one, $19, catering to specific interests.
And then the really specific gift items, those brother-in-law unisex tees, there are two versions, both priced identically at $29.96, one mentioning fishing lovers. That price point, just under $30, feels like it's hitting that decent gift price bracket. It's solving a very specific problem. What do I buy my brother-in-law who likes fishing? Hyper-specific.
It really paints a picture of the strategy. Okay, let's pivot away from clothing. What about accessories and home and living? Does the pattern hold?
Oh, absolutely. And maybe even more clearly demonstrates the price point strategy. In accessories, you've got high-end headwear like the stylish embroidered denim hat at $33.99, appealing to a slightly more fashion-conscious buyer, perhaps.
Okay, but then you swing to the other extreme. Stickers.
Yes. The stickers are fascinating. Cool Afro sunglasses, kiss-cut stickers, chic Afro woman kiss-cut stickers, both just $3.99.
That's practically giving them away. Why?
They're almost certainly not profit drivers. They're visibility tools. Look at the keywords used in the descriptions. Retro vibe, hipster decor, unique black girl decor. They're using these cheap items to rank for very specific long-tail search terms. Someone looking for unique black girl decor might find the sticker. And then maybe they see the $22 urban streetwear tee or something else. The sticker is basically a tiny, targeted ad, a loss leader, perhaps.
Wow. Using merchandise as SEO bait. That's clever. Okay, home and living. What stands out?
Well, you've got your classic novelty gift fare, the color-morphing cat and dog lovers mug for $13.99. Hits that huge pet owner market, easy gift idea, check.
Standard POD stuff.
Right.
What about the tech? There are Bluetooth speakers.
Right, and even those are thematically split. There's one with a motivational design for $37.
Aimed at the self-help crowd, maybe?
Seems likely. But then right alongside it, you have the Jabba Bluetooth speaker for $29.99.
Jabba. Okay, so back to the sci-fi pop culture niche again. Zero thematic connection between the two speakers.
None whatsoever. They don't care if the motivational, quote, buyer is confused by Jabba the Hutt. They're targeting two completely separate search queries, two different customers.
It's relentlessly practical. Where do they make the real margin then? What's the most expensive thing?
The most expensive item in the whole list. It's the matte horizontal posters at $44.99.
Posters. More than the hoodie.
Yep. Think about the base costs. Paper, ink, a shipping tube. Likely much lower than a hoodie blank. But wall art, especially larger pieces, commands a higher perceived value. They can probably charge $45 for a poster and get a much healthier margin percentage than they do on an $18 t-shirt. It helps balance the books. Oh, and don't forget the anime-themed jigsaw puzzle for $15.48. Another perfect niche gift item, ticks the leisure and anime boxes.
Okay, so pulling this all together, the scattered themes, the specific pricing, the keyword-grabbing stickers, the random gifts, what does this Nardhousetv experiment really tell us about? Well, about selling stuff online right now.
I think it shows that for a certain type of online retailer, particularly those leveraging print on demand, the traditional idea of a brand identity is becoming, well, almost irrelevant. It's secondary to algorithmic discovery. They're not building a community around Nardhousetv. They're building a network of search traps. Highly effective, specific landing pages designed to catch you mid-search and convert you instantly. Printify, or services like it, just remove the old barrier inventory risk that used to force businesses to pick a lane, thematically speaking.
It is a huge shift.
Yeah.
But doesn't that completely kill repeat business? Like if I buy the Rasta Lion tee, am I ever coming back to a store that also sells motivational speakers and fishing gifts? Probably not.
It's definitely a trade-off. They're likely betting that the cost of constantly acquiring new customers via specific search terms is lower, or at least more predictable, than trying to build loyalty around such a fragmented offering. They might prioritize that single high-margin poster sale from a specific search over trying to get the $18 tee buyer to come back later.
So for you listening, the takeaway is, the place you just bought that quirky gift for your cousin might simultaneously be selling, I don't know, anime puzzles to someone else across the country. It's pure utility.
Pure utility and algorithmic efficiency. Which leaves us with a final thought, really. If this model works, maximizing breadth, optimizing for every niche keyword imaginable, what happens to brand identity? Does a store like this even need one in the traditional sense? Maybe, for this kind of operation, the brand identity is the lack of a theme. Maybe the strategy is simply be everything to every algorithm, something to chew on.